Okay, so I've already started this. I've created this, which I'm calling the left-hand side. And I'm going to create a right-hand side that's going to duplicate this. And basically what I need to do is I need to make sure that this um, this pocket is on this side and this pad is on this side. That way when you put them together, when you line the pin with the hole on each one, everything will line up and go together correctly. So I've already started this right here. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to create a body. I'm going to create a sketch. I'm going to create this sketch on the XY. And I'm going to create a rectangle. And it doesn't necessarily matter how big the rectangle is because we're going to put sizes on it. This needs to be from here to here, needs to be 36.5, 36.5. Okay. Maybe I was selecting the wrong deal here. There we go. I was selecting wrong. 8.5. Yeah, you just got to be smarter than the program, which I'm not. So now what we want to do is I'm going to move this over here to make it easier to see. And what I want to do is I want to constrain this horizontal from here to here. It's going to be 36.5 divided by 2. 36.5 divided by 2. That's going to center that. And what I need on the vertical, I need to go from here to here. And that's going to be 8.5. 8.5 divided by 2. And we'll move this down to where it's easier to see. Okay, we're all constrained, so we're going to do this. What we want to do to this is we want to pad this. I want to pad it 3 millimeters. So right there, 3 millimeters, click OK. And we're going to zoom in on this. And what we're going to do here is we're going to click on this. We're going to create a drawing. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a drawing. And that's going to be a rectangle. And we're going to put the rectangle right here. And we're going to make that rectangle from here to here. It's going to be 27 millimeters. 27. Okay. And from here to here is going to be 8.5. So over to where we can actually see it a little bit better. And then what we're going to do, and from here to here, that. From here to here is going to be 27 divided by 2. Okay. And everything is constrained. So we're going to click close. Now the next thing we want to, nope, we're not done yet. Sketch, we're not done yet. We want to create a pocket here, and we want that pocket to be, it's a lot less than 5 millimeters, because that's the entire log, bigger than the thickness of our part. We want this to be 0.25. Click OK. Now we've created a pocket. We can close this error screen out. Now what we want to do here is we want to create another sketch. We're going to create a circle. Create a circle right here. I do not know why it does that, but sometimes it does that. Usually, if you hit escape, it gets rid of that. So, I haven't had that happen in a while. We're going to make this 3 millimeters. And I have to put a point on here and a point on here so that we can attach these constraints to. And from here to here, we want this to be 8.5 divided by 2, because we want that centered. And we're going to move that up here to where we can see this. And then what we want to do is we want to do from here to here, we want that to be 2 millimeters. 2 millimeters here. And we're all constrained. That's done. We want to turn this into a pad. We want this pad dimension to be 3 millimeters. Okay. Now we want to create another sketch. We want to create another circle. We want this circle to be 3.18, because this is going to be a hole. This is 3 millimeters. This is 3.18, and that'll give us a nice snug, tight fit when they go together. Okay, we want to put some points that we can constrain this on. And we're going to do this one first, because this one was the biggest pain in the neck for me earlier. So we want this to be 2 millimeters. And the reason why is this is going to be 2 millimeters from this edge to the center, 2 millimeters from this edge to the center. The holes line up perfectly. Okay. Let's get this out here where we can actually see it. And then from here to here, what did I do here? Here to here, we want this to be 8.5 divided by 2. So that puts us exactly where we want to be. And we're going to move this number out here to where we can actually see it. And we're going to click fully constrained. So we're going to click close. And then what we want to do here is we want to make this, it's highlighted green. We want this to be a hole. And for some reason, do not know why, even though I gave the diameter or the dimension of the hole on the sketch, I still have to change it here. and that's going to be 3.18. And that'll give us a whole, oh, and the depth. We don't need 25 millimeters because our part's only 3 millimeters thick, so we're going to make it 3. And we're going to click OK. So now we have that. We have a hole all the way through there. Now, I just did this a little bit ago, and I don't want to mess this up again. So my pocket needs to go on this side right here. So we're going to create a pocket here, but we have to create a sketch of the pocket first. This is going to be a rectangle, so we're going to create a rectangle right here. And I got to jump over here and get my dimensions up. So this is going to be from here to here. Is going to be 26 millimeters. And from here to here is going to be negative. I brought up the wrong drawing, so cancel this. This is going to be 2 millimeters. 2 millimeters. And okay. Yeah, the issue is I'm looking at the wrong drawing dimensions. So I've got this number's wrong. Yeah, this number's going to be 27. It's going to be 27 because we want it to be from edge to edge here. There we go. And we want this distance from here to here to be 1.25 because that'll center it on that side. So that distance from here to here is going to be 1.25. And we'll move this down here to where we can see it. And then we want this to be centered from here to this happens to be on a regular basis here. I do not know why. Let's change this dimension again so I can see it. We'll make this 25 for a minute. Okay, that way I can see this side over here. We want to constrain this to from here to here. We want that to be 27 divided by 2. 27 divided by 2. We'll click that. And then we want this number to be 27. Okay. And that's going to center everything for us. We're going to put this here. This here. We're all constrained. We're fully constrained. So we're good. And we've got 2 inches, and that is the correct number, and 1.25 from the center, that's the correct number. So we're going to click close. And now we want this to be a pocket. So we're going to click pocket. And this pocket depth is going to be 1.75. 1.75. Right here, this number right here. It says length, but it's actually going to be depth is 1.75. We're going to click OK. That's going to set our depth correctly. Now we want to create another sketch right here. And it's going to be another rectangle. Let me bring that drawing back up. This is going to be, from here to here is going to be 26. Okay. Before we create our other length, I want to go ahead and center this. See if I can center it. This is going to go from here to here is going to be 26 divided by 2, 26 divided by 2. Get this up here and this up here. And then this length is going to, this width is going to be from here to here is going to be 1 millimeter. Okay. Let's put this off to the side where we can see it. And the distance between here and here is going to be 1.625. So from here to here is going to be 1.625. I'm going to click OK. We should be fully constrained. We are. And I'm going to move this over to where it's a little bit easier to see. In case for some reason I need to jump back in here and get numbers or whatever. Move this over here to where it's between so it's easier to see. And we're going to click close. And we need to make this a pad. And this pad is going to be 1.25 right here. This number right here we're going to change to 1.25. We're going to click OK on that. And we are essentially done, but I want to do some, put some chamfers on these. I'm going to put a chamfer here. And I'm going to make that 0.25. Pretty much everything's going to be 0.25 except for along here and along here. So this is going to be okay. This is going to be 0.25. What happened here? Oh, I got to select chamfer first. It's too big, so it's given us an error, but that's okay. Once I put 0.25 in here, it'll be correct. It'll work. I want to put a, I'm going to zoom in on this to where I can actually see it a little bit better. Put a chamfer on all these edges. This is also going to, it's given us an error because it's it's a millimeter and we don't want that much anyway. 0.25. And we're going to click OK and it should work just fine. And then I want to put a chamfer on this edge and this edge. And that's going to be a 0.25 as well. 0.25. And we'll click OK. That worked okay. And I want to put a chamfer on this edge and on this edge. And I'm going to for that. That's going to be 0.25. Click OK. Hide this. I'm going to put a chamfer on this edge and this edge. And this is going to be 0.125. Click OK. And that should work. And it did. And I'm almost done. I want to put a fillet on this. We're going to leave that at 1 millimeter, which is fine. What happened here? Zoom out a little bit. I'll put a, let's get that. We'll put a fillet on that one. And 1 millimeter is just fine. That's perfect. Put a fillet on that. 1 millimeter's fine. That's perfect. Put a fillet on that. And that's going to be 1 millimeter, and that's fine. That's going to be perfect. Okay. There we go. So we have 2 parts that are opposite each other. Now I'm going to save this. Save this. I'm going to export these to both of these, each of these, to an STL file so that I can print them. And you have to do this correctly, otherwise it's like it's not going to do it. I want to export as STL. This is going to be right. Rev2, save it. And then I'm going to do the same thing to this one. I think you can probably do it from right there. Let's try. I'm going to export this as a, yep, nope. You have to do it from here. I want to export this as to an STL file. Cancel. No. I want it to be left. I don't know why it does that. It already has a name there. Save. So now I should have 2 STL files. Now I am going to open that's fine. And I'm going to go back here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to import this. I'm going to click open, and I'm going to move this up here so I can put both of them on the same. And then I'm going to, this is left. So I'm going to import right, and I'm going to open it. And it doesn't much matter. I'm going to put these close together like this. And if they're too close, it'll let me know that it's too close. Okay, I've got the opposite ones on here. I have everything's set. I'm going to put a brim around this on the outer edge. I'm going to make that like 3. It's good enough. And then I'm going to preview this and see if there's any errors, which are none, which is a good thing. And I am going to export this to this. I'm going to save it. And I'm going to move this over to the printer and I'm going to print it.